हेलो हेलो क्या हुआ?
ब्रावो ही नहीं है, अल्फा पूरी है।
वही पता नहीं है वही किस बात का बता ये कौन सा है ब्रावो ही है हाँ मैं तो अल्फा को चले गया
So guys, we have a lady with us in the panel today. So as you all know, which is the lady first and then the gents, all right? Guys, the guests will be coming in about 2 minutes. So just a heads up.
Morning, sir.
Hi guys.
Morning, sir.
Morning, please sit down.
Yeah.
When everything seems to be going against you, remember, an aeroplane takes off against the wind, not with it.
Good morning, everyone. On behalf of the entrepreneurship team of Symbiosis Institute of Management Studies, I, Anjali Rani, and Harshdeep Batra, welcome you all to our flagship event of the year 2022-23, E-Summit. Thank you to each and every one of you for being here with us as we officially mark the commencement of our ceremony today, unfolding the ultimate renaissance of ideas.
First and foremost, we would like to welcome our Director Sir, Brigadier Dr. Rajiv Divekar, our Deputy Director and Faculty in Charge, Dr. Praveen Kumar Bhoyer, the esteemed judges of our Startup Strategy Case Competition, Entrepreneur of the Day, and our esteemed Chief Guest, Ms. Kanchi Balba, Marketing Lead at CARE. Last but not the least, our lovely participants who have been hustling for about a month to make it to this point. Well, tighten your seatbelts, you are very close to the finish line now.
I would also like to express our heartfelt gratitude to our benevolent sponsors, without whom this event would not have led to its fruition. We thank our media partner, Youth Incorporated, our education partner, Finalytics, and our food partner, Auji Khauji.
It is now a pleasure to introduce our director, Brigadier Dr. Rajiv Divekar is the guiding light of Symbiosis Institute of Management Studies for last 14 years. Prior to this, he was head of Faculty Strategic and Operational Studies at Army War College and faculty member in Defense Strategic Studies at Defense Services Staff College, Wellington. Sir is a gold medalist in BE Civil and holds a master's degree from Madras University, an MBA in HR, and a doctorate degree from Symbiosis International University. Sir has a rich experience in strategy, planning, logistics, and human resource management based on his service with multinational teams as a part of United Nations Force in both Somalia and Lebanon. Sir has served in Kargil and Leh on the line of control, where he was responsible for logistics and supply chain management for the soldiers located on the post at 17,000 to 22,000 feet in the Siachen Glacier. Sir has large number of publications in national and international journals. Sir is on the Academic Council at SIU and is also the member of Faculty of Management. He is also a chairman of SIU NAC Committee. We welcome you, sir.
Our panel today is nothing short of amazing, with their wide variety of entrepreneurial experience and work in the venture capital industry. We would first like to introduce Ms. Kachi Balwa, the marketing lead of PadCare, a company dedicated to creating sustainable societies by enhancing hygiene standards. PadCare has also been successfully funded on Shark Tank India recently and the only company to be offered a blank check by the sharks. We welcome you, ma'am. Let us take a look at PadCare.
जिंदगी के 5 से 6 साल पीरियड्स या महावारी से गुजारती है और उसके पूरे लाइफ टाइम में 7,500 से ज्यादा सैनिटरी नैपकिन कंज्यूम करती है। हम मनुष्य चांद तक तो पहुंच गए, बट अभी भी आज डिग्निफाइड तरीके से सैनिटरी नैपकिन डिस्पोजल का सॉल्यूशन नहीं ढूंढ पाए। हमारे रैक पिकर्स ये कचरे को हाथ से उठाते हैं। गांव में तो शर्मिंदे की वजह से ये कचरे को जलाया जाता है, नहीं तो दफनाया जाता है। ये बहुत बड़ा एक एनवायरमेंटल डिजास्टर है। भारत में 1200 करोड़ सैनिटरी नैपकिन हर साल जनरेट होते हैं और दुर्भाग्य से 98% सैनिटरी नैपकिन से लैंडफिल्स एंड वाटर बॉडीज में चले जाते हैं। एक सैनिटरी नैपकिन को डिस्पोज होने के लिए 500 से 800 साल लगते हैं। मतलब ये दुनिया में जो फर्स्ट मैन्युफैक्चर हो गया है पैड अभी भी जमीन में गड़ा हुआ है। ये पूरा बड़ा प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करने के लिए लेके आए हैं पैडकेयर। नमस्कार सर, माय नेम इज अजिंक्य धारिया, आई एम फाउंडर एंड सीईओ एट पैडकेयर लैब्स और मैं पुणे से हूं। हम पैडकेयर में एक मेंस्ट्रुअल हाइजीन मैनेजमेंट इकोसिस्टम लेके आए हैं। उससे महिलाओं को एक डिग्निफाइड तरीके से पैड डिस्पोजल की सर्विस प्रोवाइड करते हैं और हमारे रैक पिकर्स को ये हजार्डस वेस्ट से प्रिवेंट करते हैं। हमारे पैडकेयर इकोसिस्टम में 3 प्रोडक्ट है। एक डिसेंट्रलाइज्ड पैडकेयर बिल, वो महिलाओं का हेल्थ, हाइजीन एंड प्राइवेसी रिजॉल्व करके उनको एट सोर्स डिस्पोजल देता है और उसमें 1000 वेस्ट 30 दिन तक स्टोर हो सकता है। ये हमारे रिवर्स लॉजिस्टिक्स से हमने जो पैडकेयर एक्स बनाई है और दुनिया के सबसे पहली 5D टेक्नोलॉजी आधारित हमारा पेटेंटेड सैनिटरी नैपकिन डिस्पोजल एंड रिसाइक्लिंग सिस्टम है। उससे हम वेरी हाई क्वालिटी ऑफ वुड पल्प एंड प्लास्टिक रिक्लेम करते हैं और वुड पल्प के मार्केट में बेचा जाता है इन पेपर एंड पैकेजिंग इंडस्ट्री में। प्लास्टिक को ग्रैन्यूल्स में कन्वर्ट कर सकते हैं, उसको फिर से पैडकेयर बीन भी बनाया जा सकता है। पैडकेयर वेन एक डिसेंट्रलाइज्ड पीरियड इमरजेंसी मशीन है, वो महिलाएं वॉशरूम में पैड्स निकाल सकते हैं और ये पूरा प्रोडक्ट और इकोसिस्टम शहरों में आईटी कॉर्पोरेट्स, एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट्स और बड़े-बड़े एयरपोर्ट्स में लगाया हुआ है और इसका इस्तेमाल हम हाउसिंग सोसाइटीज में भी कर सकते हैं।
पूरा
Amazing, right? We also have with us Mr. Sachin Ramchandani, a successful entrepreneur with multiple ventures and assignments in India, Dubai, Uganda, Ghana, Liberia, and Ivory Coast, with successful execution in various sectors including information technology, Internet of Things, manufacturing, marketing, hospitality, entertainment, merchandising and service. Sir has had a career becoming one with such a magnanimous personality. And also is the founder of World of Wealth, a platform that helps users define, control, and plan the greatest legacy outcome through smart wealth management. We welcome you, sir.
Next, we have Mr. Suyash Lahoti with us. Sir has a demonstrated history of working in the marketing and advertising industry, skilled in creativity, media buying, presentation skills, web design, and management. Sir is the co-founder of digital marketing of Turn Turtle and founder and CEO of LMN Media, a strategic advertising agency that boasts of profound understanding of what works and what doesn't work when it comes to innovation and brand acceleration in the market. We welcome you, sir.
Last but not the least, we also have Mr. Nishant Malhotra. In addition to being a prolific social enabler and fitness enthusiast, Sir has a long history in the financial services industry. Sir is also the founder and CEO of the for-profit social impact global thought leader platform, The Middle Road. The startup fuses media and edtech to spread affordable, higher quality education. The Middle Road site shares scholarly research-focused publications, articles, videos, and podcasts with leading social change leaders with creatively melted online learning courses. We welcome you, sir.
Now, I would like to invite our respected director, sir, to come on stage and felicitate the judges. First, I would like to invite Ms. Kanchi Balwa. Next, I would like to invite Mr. Sachin Ramchandani, sir. Next, I would like to invite Mr. Suyash Lahoti, sir. And last, I would like to invite Mr. Nishant Malhotra, sir.
No, sir. So, we would also like you to share some words of encouragement with us.
Okay, good morning to all of you, and especially to our esteemed guests, Ms. Kanchi Balwa, Mr. Sachin Ramchandani, Mr. Nishant Malhotra, and of course Suyash Lahoti, and all the participants who've come here for this event, and of course going to be participating in the competition that's going to be held later and tomorrow. You know, not so very long ago, just about maybe 200 years ago, India had almost 23% of the global exports in the world. Today we are down to, I may not know the exact figure, but barely 2 to 3%. India is one of those countries where we are extremely good in our skills, whether they are mental faculty or skills with our hands, what we can do. And this has been one of the reasons why we were able to have such a large, export market in the olden days. And you can see the creativity in India wherever you go of what they created before. Things happened differently later, and then we went into a comfort zone for whatever reasons, where we were looking more for jobs rather than creating jobs. And with that, in spite of being creative, we remained where we were. Those who were creative and got opportunities which were abroad went and did extremely well. We know the Silicon Valley, where Indians, are there. And Indians are the most prosperous and rich community amongst the immigrants in US and in other countries also. So we still retain that quality amongst us. Only thing is, we do not have the ecosystem for it. And those who become entrepreneurs in India have done so of their own, in spite of all the hurdles and the challenges that were there. We have so much of talent and we have so much of potential for growth, only that is going a waste. Now in this year of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, and of course not exactly this year, but for a few years back, the government has decided to go in for becoming Atma Nirbhar. And what it means is that we manufacture things ourselves or create things ourselves in every domain. And I was pleasantly surprised because on the WhatsApp group, if you know, we've already got at Bangalore a Defense Expo that has started yesterday or day before. And quite a few defense officers have been going there. And on WhatsApp, they have been commenting that they are surprised and amazed at the stalls of Indian entrepreneurs and the type of innovations that they have come up with. And that is why it has attracted even foreign companies and outside agencies. So that's a good start, and possibly Atmanirbhar may be working, may not be to the extent that we may want it, but then, it's like a bamboo. Things start to grow very slowly and you feel that it is not growing, and then suddenly it shoots up, and then sky's the limit. But the point is that our ecosystem has been created by the government, where opportunity, the funding, the advice, the encouragement, the facilitation to become an entrepreneur and do well. Because the government thought process is, government can't keep creating jobs. Our population keeps increasing, creating jobs becomes difficult. We need to be self-sustaining in that either we become entrepreneurs or we create jobs for others and not expect somebody else or the government to create jobs for others. Of course, there's a parallel ecosystem where you have angel investors, you have venture capitalists, and you have the Shark Tank now, who are also there to fund the entrepreneurs. At SIMS, we have understood this and we have tried to get maximum of you, or at least some of you, to become entrepreneurs. We have an entrepreneurship course. Well, I agree that the course may not be, enough to become an entrepreneur, but you need to know the basics of what entrepreneurship is, and for that theory is important. Then we have an entrepreneurship cell who are organizing events like this, where you will be exposed to entrepreneurs who are doing very well and get some encouragement, advice from them and motivation from them. And then we have our own incubation center, both at Symbiosis, where they are incubating almost about 50 companies, and we've got within SIMS, we've got one for MSMEs, where we are, I think, incubating 2 companies funded by the government. So we are providing you with the wherewithal. We are one of the few management institutes which is recognized by the Department of Science and Technology, and we are their partners for conducting entrepreneurship development programs. And because we were doing it so well, where the strength is 30, you have to select 30 and do it. Those who come up with ideas or who already got their own business but want to scale it up. We were doing it so well in the sense that you only get it the next year if almost 50% of those who have enrolled become entrepreneurs and reach a particular level. So we were getting it continuously for 4 or 5 years till COVID came, because they said whatever you have to teach in person and not online. Because we were doing well, they extended it to Women Entrepreneurship Development Program for SIMS, where only women were selected. In the first one, it could be men and women. Here it was only for women, and that again we ran for 3 years, from 17, 18, 19, 20, again COVID came, so we could. So in SIMS, we are providing you with these opportunities, facilities. We want you to become entrepreneurs. There is a lot of potential in you all, but the problem is the hesitancy. The problem is the fear. The problem is not knowing what it entails to be an entrepreneur and what are the rules, regulations and the laws and other things. And so these are the forums and these are the people who are there who are going to tell you that dar ke aage jeet hai. They also felt scared, but then they went beyond it. And if they can do it, so can you. Anybody can do it, but it's going to be a challenge. It's not easy. Nothing in this world is easy. But you have to, if you are determined, you will succeed. Success doesn't come immediately. There will be failures along the way. You may move up 1 step and come down 2 steps. But if you keep persevering, you will do it. Some may do it a little earlier, some may do it a little later, but it will happen. But it is important, because if you are an entrepreneur, you are the master of your job and creator of your own wealth. You don't have to depend on somebody else. You don't have to be, as I said, mohtaj to others like we are in a job. So, if you have the ideas which you will be pitching, and issue is not of winning. Some of you may win and most of you may not win. But winning is not the idea. The thing is to get from them what they tell you, which will give you ideas, which will help you, and then you can take it forward. So with that, I'd like to congratulate and compliment the entrepreneurship cell for organizing this event and the competition that's to follow, and getting such esteemed people, such experts who are there, who will tell you about their stories when you interact with them or will be hearing from her, and get motivation and encouragement from them. So with that, I welcome you all to this session. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, I would like to invite Ms. Kanchi Balwa to please share some words with the gathering about her and her organization's journey. And this would be followed by a question and answer round.
Thank you so much guys for having me here. I'm Kanchi. I lead marketing at Padcare, and it's extremely inspiring to be amongst a community of budding entrepreneurs. First of all, I just want to address what Sir just said. The potential of successes, the failures, fear of the unknown. it's something that I think all of us have shared in common. It's something that all of even the audience members might have been feeling on your entrepreneurial journey. These are some things that I'm going to dig down a little bit into with my journey, Ajinkya's journey, and where PadCare started, why we had confidence, and why that confidence substantiated into something so huge today. So thank you, and I'm really excited to take this forward. I just want to start my speech with one question for all of you. How many of you actually have watched PadCare Shark Tank? Amazing turnout. Praveen, sir, you have to raise your hand. Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the love. Just allow me to relay gratitude from the entire PadCare team. Also very quickly share that this sentiment of love and support, we've just been overwhelmed. The entire country has been sharing that with us. It's just truly tremendously amazing to be at the forefront of this amazing mission. I remember when we were filling out the form for Shark Tank. Me and Ajinkya were just sitting down and writing all the answers to the questions, and one of the things that came up was just while discussing why exactly are we doing this. This is not about money for us, because we were in the process of raising our seed round, which was going to be of 5 CR. We already had our investors onboarded. Shark Tank was not going to be about money for us. Was it going to be about marketing? Marketing in a sense that we just wanted to reach every single household of India. We just want to say hi to every single menstruator who finds comfort in sanitary napkins and say that we're here for you. This is all for you. And cut to today, every single work day since our Shark Tank air, it's been 2.5 weeks now. Every single work day, me, my marketing team, my sales team, it's just been jammed with calls, with LinkedIn DMs, with tags. People across the world have been giving so much love and so much support. Whether it be partnership requests, whether it be leads for our recycling ecosystem, whether it be people who want to join our team, one sentence has been common in all of these requests that we are getting. We just want to be a part of this mission. And that is something that's just so heartwarming. And as people, as a founding team member, as people who initiated this with just this sentiment that we just want to reach menstruators, no matter what. We want to stop them from feeling this climate guilt around periods. That's all we want. And having tremendous support from not just menstruators but also non-menstruators about a cause that's a little bit distant to their daily lives has been so inspiring. And this love, this support that I'm talking about is a living proof of how the world is looking at startups that are solving some of the world's hidden but dire problems. PadCare happens to be one of them, but I come from a community of science and sustainability startups who are trying to create small and big positive impacts in people's daily lives. At the heart of social entrepreneurship lies the love for the planet and its people. And there's been no bigger advocate than me for budding entrepreneurs. Just here to say that the world is looking at social entrepreneurs, the world is looking at social impact in no transactional value. There's there's a lot of value proposition behind like just creating better lives. That's what social entrepreneurship is about, and it has to be for profit. If we are going to make India the next big economy, as Sir said, going to retrieve what we have, what we do has to be for profit, right? I think I lost the track of what I had written a little bit, but as I said, at the heart of our, at PadCare, at the heart of our desire to set up a startup was the very fact that we wanted no menstruator to ever feel climate guilt, no waste picker to ever touch sanitary napkins with their bare hands, and none of us to breathe the toxic air that's generated from incinerators of sanitary napkins. Today, we're a team of 45 led by this 26-year-old that you just saw, amazingly inspiring leader. We're serving 1 million menstruators across India. 100 plus waste pickers have been now trained, incentivized, and onboarded as our official collection service executives, whom I'll come to this story later about waste pickers, but it's just been, I think, 4 years of a very beautifully inspiring journey. When we started, as Sir mentioned, like in the beginning, there's a lot of fear of the unknown. There's a dark path often for most entrepreneurs, and so it was for us. When we started, we did not know anything about the sanitation industry. We did not know anything about waste management. None of us, I think like our core team is a team of 7. None of us were coming from sanitation or waste background. We actually started with an incident, coming back to the waste picker story. We started with an incident where Ajinkya, the guy you just saw, he, at the back of his college, he sort of witnessed a waste picker segregating some waste from a dustbin, and there were a bunch of sanitary napkins, sticky, infectious, toxic, full of blood, and the waste picker was handling this waste with their bare hands. No masks, no PPE, no gloves, no special training given. This is the day that Ajinkya decided, I want to do something about this fact, and I want to do it without hurting the sentiment of menstruators that, okay, we are doing this, we are causing this. I don't want to do that. As I said, this man did not know anything about how waste is actually managed. How does municipality work? Just knew that he did not want to see this one side again. We started this journey. It's not like, now I have the problem and it's all magical and beautiful. Next thing is Shark Tank. It was a very rocky path. In the beginning, we started with some proof of concepts that can this actually happen, can recycling actually happen. We started with learning a little bit about waste management. Where can we fit? Where is sanitary waste being segregated? We started with proof of concepts, small scale prototypes. Gradually, pilot projects came along. Gradually, word of mouth came along, PR came along. We got Better India. That was our first PR. I remember when I first hosted like a shoot at the office. It was something else to be a media kid and to witness that in my second year. I'll tell you a little bit about what Sir mentioned, that like you take one step up, you take 2 steps down. That's first 2 years of entrepreneurship. How it looked for PadCare, these 2 steps down was, we had built the technology. In our first year, we had our R&D in place. We knew how we can recycle sanitary napkins. That was our one step up. We got our patent, we got approval from CPCB to do this. But like, as obvious as it gets, we were like, so okay, now we have the technology now to take it to the market. We know that like menstruators dispose of their sanitary napkins most commonly at home. So let's just make a small dustbin that can be placed inside individual washrooms, and menstruators can access them in the safety of their own home, in the privacy and comfort of their own home. And that failed so miserably because yes, menstruators dispose of their sanitary napkins in their homes, but what are they going to do with the plastic and cellulose output that we create from recycled pads? And in the excitement of just launching like our first ever MVP, we sort of like forgot like what's the next part of the supply chain? What are they going to do? Are we going to do something about the collected cellulose and plastic? Are they going to do something? That kind of failed, and like if you watch our first ever Better India video, it's actually like based on this prototype only. It's funny how we've come a long way. Actually, could you put my charger on this one? It's running out of juice. It's just, if you could just get me my pink bag from there, thank you. And thank you so much, Sanjay. It's funny to think how we've gone from that failed model that was our 2 steps down after our first step up to today, where we are offering our recycling services in all tier 1 cities, in the washrooms of some of top universities and workplaces like Meta, Capgemini, Mahindra, Goldman Sachs, and even Symbiosis International University. Our bins are placed inside your Hinjawadi and Lovely campuses. They're coming to you soon as well. My key takeaway from the first half of my story is start with a problem. If you're looking at social entrepreneurship, start with a problem. Every single day is another opportunity to look around and see where people's lives can get better, can be made easier. See where things can function without hurting the planet. See where things can function without hurting the bottom tier of our society. Once you have the problem that you really feel something about, something moves in your heart when you see this problem happening. The second most important thing comes into picture if you're an entrepreneur. Thank you so much. Second most important thing is about how you're converting a potential solution into business. How you're converting it into money. How you're finding the best product market fit. How you're finding scalability. That like today, if you start a company, 5 years down the line, how is the company going to look without you? Is it going to be scalable without the presence of the key leader? How do you find that scalability? How you're making sense of who's going to pay for this product? Like at PadCare, why are menstruators going to pay for our product? And do they have these target audience for whatever problem you're solving? Do they have a long-term paying capacity? This paying capacity question comes with a tremendous impact onto business. Now you know that like, so after we failed in our first prototype of like just putting the pads recycling machine inside individual washrooms of like personal washrooms, we worked a lot, we talked to a lot of mentors in sanitation and waste management, and we found another product market fit which has brought us to where we are, and there has been no looking back after that. That put your bins inside corporates, put your bins inside bulk, collect waste in bulk and not at municipality level, because at municipality level there's a lot of approval changes, there's a lot of like fund problems. Again, like as the question of like, do they have the paying capacity? Municipality did not at the time. And corporates became sort of a huge target market for us in that moment because they were independent bodies, independently managing their waste, and had specific vendors for specific kinds of waste. Like if you've heard of Saha Zero Waste, Saha Zero Waste is at Goldman Sachs. I've personally visited their compost plant. They have a huge compost plant inside GS office in Bangalore, where all of the waste comes down, all of the wet waste comes down and is composted to make bioorganics that are again used for the gardening inside the office itself. We talked to Sahas, we talked to EcoSTP, a lot of these startups who were already working with corporates and understood that, okay, yeah, corporates do have paying capacity, corporates are looking at sustainable solutions for waste management. This is where Padcare can fit. This discovery of here's where we fit, here's where our solution fits, and these people have the paying capacity to sustain our business, can be loyal customers for repeat sales. This discovery is called product market fit, which is going to be the most important milestone in your journey after discovering the problem. Next insight I want to talk about from our startup journey is team building. Again, going back to our story, Ajinkya built a robust team of robust force of warriors actually along the way. In the beginning of the startup, when mom, I have an idea sort of situation, he hired a college junior of his name was Shri. He hired Shri to help him with the mechanics. Ajinkya is, by background, he's a mechanical engineer from a very small college called SGGS back in Nanded, a very small town in Maharashtra. He was a mechanical engineer. He was friends with some of the juniors who connected him to Shri, who was again coming from a very small village where there was no internet. When Shri was giving his interview, he had to climb on top of a tree to get the coverage. That's where Shri was coming from. Today, Shri is our tech lead with a team of 10 under him, managing across India. He's the one, like the genius behind our entire technology. That's Shri, coming from, as I said, an interview after climbing on top of a tree. Amit is our pan-India operations lead, who manages all of our collection services basically. जहाँ पे bins है, वहाँ से collection करने के लिए. He's the one who manages it all. He was working in some local e-com company in Pune only as a delivery manager. This one had a passion for timeliness. This one had a passion to dedicate himself to the highest standards of client satisfaction. Amit took our daily collection count from 250 to 5,000 today in just a year's time. Ajinkya hired me. I was just in my second year of college. Happy to also share that I'm also a Symbiosis alumnus. I have done my Media and Communication Bachelor's from SEMC. My campus was in Vimannagar. I just graduated. It was in September that I graduated. And when I joined Padcare when I was in my second year. I knew barely anything about marketing. I was a content writing intern. I had done a handful of internships here and there, and Padcare was something that really struck a chord with me. So after 3 very difficult levels of interview, I joined as a content writing intern, and in just a few months' time, had the platform and the opportunity to become the marketing lead, to bring the brand where we are today. I had my own trajectory. I was a media kid. I had to teach myself the essentials of marketing. We are taught at media. We are taught the tactics, how to make ads, how to do filmmaking. We are taught the tactics of like the other side of strategy. but I had to unlearn those things sort of, because now I had people to do those for me, and sort of like look at the bigger picture. I had to teach myself to look at the bigger picture of like, okay, how does marketing work? Why is someone buying our product? What is the insight here? What is the call to action? Right, in building our website, in learning like small things like HubSpot. I had my own trajectory with lead generations, digital, socials, and the most difficult one of all was design. I'm still pathetic with Illustrator, but it's just heartwarming to share that the entire social media of Padcare website, all the sales literature, and as well as our recycled stationery made out of recycled sanitary napkins, everything has been personally designed by me at a time when we did not have the right team. People kept changing. I had a lot of problem like finding the right people for myself, and in the last 2.5 years, all of Padcare's brand was built on like just learning, unlearning that I had to do as the marketing lead. All of these insights, why they're important is because as entrepreneurs, when you're going to build your startup, when you're going to take your ideas to market, you're going to find people like me, you're going to find people like Shri and Amit who share your passion, equally for the problem that you're solving, and see a world where you have actually solved this problem. Give me like 5. And these people will start seeing a world where this problem doesn't exist because of the solution that we've created. And leadership skills, you and your team will build along the way. But it's about finding the people who share the passion. Amit, Shri, me, all of us came from very, very limited knowledge. That's how it works in startups. You have to build your team. You have to, like, now we are all like managing teams. Now, I was a second year student and did not like at all know how to manage even a single person. These things come along the way, but passion, that's something you look for in your team. And from my experience, another thing I wanna say is that you don't like, if this is a scary path, which like I vouch for as a statement, you don't have to start your startup right away. You can join organizations like ours. If you seek some light on the path of entrepreneurship, my best advice is to discover a founder that you truly believe in. Become their protege, join their startup, give your everything to learning as much as you can from that one founder. And in just a few months' time, you will realize that you have built such a huge deck of insights about ground level challenges. You get to see in real time how people find solutions on daily problems, execution level problems. You see how team dynamics work, how people hire and fire people. You see how execution works, administration works. You get personal mentorship from your founder and other senior team members. And all of this is going to unlock your journey in the most seamless way. And no matter if you think you don't have the right skill set at the moment and the path ahead is very confusing, I insist you, please take a leap of faith. The startup community is just so wonderful. There's so much support out there. I think I'll have a +1 on this one from all the judges, that when we started our startup journey, we were not alone. It feels like we're alone, but we're really not. When we go out there, there's so many people to support you, to mentor you, to advise you, to say that like, let's do this together. There's so many mentors, and just take a leap of faith for them. Take a leap of faith for me. And I'm here. The community is here. The mentors are here. for whoever wants to take this leap. And just want to end this today. I hope that this has been insightful for all of you. You can please reach out to me for any help. I am on LinkedIn as Kanchi Baldwa. My email address is kanchi@patriotapps.com. I'm still here for another 30. If you want to come down, have a chat, take my business card, stay connected. I am really here for all of you, and I'm just so excited to see where all of your ideas go. And as I bid adieu to the stage, I just want to say that at Parcare, we are also looking for people with an entrepreneurial spirit, just like me, Shri and Amit. So if you're someone who truly believes in the cause, truly believes in the team that we have built, please do come talk to us and help us take our ship to a new sea. And thank you so much for your time. Oh yeah, if anyone has any questions at the moment, I would love to take them up. Yes, okay. Could you organize this, please?
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, so you were going through your whole journey and everything, and that was really interesting. But the main thing that I kind of feel, you didn't really speak about was how did you fend off the competition that was coming in,
At college?
competition for your business altogether. How did you fend off competition? Maybe like HUL, even if HUL wants to launch something like this, they can actually wipe you guys off, right?
Yeah.
So how did you fend them off?
Thank you for that question. There were two sides of competition for us. One was conglomerates who were looking at sanitary pad manufacturing. One of them was P&G. P&G has been trying to build this technology as part of their extended producer responsibility for the last 15 years and haven't been able to crack it. So when we first launched, P&G became one of our biggest supporters, and as part of their EPR, extended producer responsibility, Padcare was going to be a tremendous turnaround for them. They wanted good relationships with us. Thankfully, we had the right platform. In fact, P&G is one of our first clients. I personally went to P&G washrooms and installed Padcare bins there. That's how much support we had from them. It's all about conviction. It's when I say community, you have to make sure that everyone understands that we are in this together. And when you big all of these big conglomerates, when you bring the government on board on your ideas, there's no going back from there. Second thing that we had huge competition from was other sanitary napkin hygiene bin providers. There were a couple of brands who were serving pan-India. They had I think one of the competitors had, I would say 86% market share if I remember correctly when we started. We hired someone from their team and got their sales strategy. As I said, we did not know how waste management works. We did not know how these bins work. So we got someone experienced, we got someone who has worked in this industry for almost 5-6 years, who knows the right people to connect with, who can get us our first few clients to build a brand. This person is now our chief sales officer and has swept away at least in Pune and Bombay, we've swept away the competitors' market share. And with competition, it's tiptoeing. You have to deal with people the way they are. Our competitors are in the hygiene bin industry. They were very, very traditional people, so we had to go a very traditional way. With P&G, they were looking at innovation, so we collaborated with them. We said that we are here to support you. You make us your EPR partners, So there's a lot of strategies that come along the way. and you have to tiptoe very carefully and always seek mentorship from people who are in the industry, who like somehow like जैसे कोई भी competitor है तुम्हारा उसको किसी तरीके से कोई जानता हो personally उससे बात करो, how can I deal with this situation, seek mentorship and you'll find the right answers. I hope that helps.
Hello. Am I audible?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So, good morning, ma'am. I'm Gaurav Dole. I'm a close friend of Ajinkya Dariga.
Oh wow, that's awesome. Nice to meet
We
you.
have shared college together. So, my question was related your revenue generation model, that how you generate revenue, because you have made a brand,
Right.
but the revenue generation model is still a confusion to me.
Oh, okay.
And apart from that, when you install beans to the companies, do you also charge from that? Is also your revenue stream or what?
Let me answer that. I think I missed out on this one. Like, thank you so much for bringing this up. So basically, how it works is, so Padcare does not charge for placing the bins inside the washrooms. That's entirely free of cost. That's on us. What we charge people for is the collection service. So every time we come, collect your pads, bring them down to our recycling station and do the processing to convert them into cellulose and plastic. That's something we charge the workplaces and universities for. That's the revenue gen model. Another, good insight out of this one, that find ways to make a multi-revenue model. So say for example, Swiggy, they're not just taking your money, they're not just taking the restaurant's money, they're also taking money from advertisers. Right, so it's a multi-revenue channel. That's what we're trying to also build at Padcare. So with our recycled cellulose and plastic, so cellulose has recently been converted into paper and further some hardware stationery. Please do go check it out on our Shopify. We launched it right before our Shark Tank. And this stationery, this paper is going to become very soon another revenue channel. The recycled plastic is gonna become another revenue channel. Plastic is still under R&D phase of how to exactly use it, but those things are also gonna come into the picture. And once that is concretized, the charges for the collection services are going to reduce to much lower, because ultimately our ultimate goal is that we need to reach every menstruator, right? And cost at the organizational level shouldn't become a barrier for us to reach our stakeholders. So yeah, that's also in the process. I hope that makes it clear how we make money. Anyone else? Yeah, tell me.
Thank you, ma'am. I actually have a question on a hypothesis basis. So let's assume that Shark Tank never happened for you. Okay. So what would be your strategy so that every household person got to know your brand? Because currently your target audience is corporate. So targeting the normal customer base would be impossible for you, because now you're charging money for a thing that they do for free.
Right.
So what would be your strategy for that?
So Shark Tank came into picture for us very recently. I think back in September. That's when it was shot. Before that, all of these 2.5 years of being in the company as a marketing lead, we had a shared vision, me and Ajinkya, that listen, okay, ultimate goal is that every single household and every single menstruator who uses disposable sanitary napkins is going to have Padcare. We'll figure it out how we're going to do it. Obviously, the household model is not going to work out, but we'll figure out what we're going to do for that. Right now, at the stage we are at as a 2-year-old startup, we need to find money first. We need to find money to get at that scale. And that money is going to first come from these corporate